weird competition, off competition, not following kind of rules kind of stuff. So this is what's happening here. Actually, I took a few shots of this couple. This one, and then this one, this is not much of a story happening, but because I like that reflection. But what for me is compelling about this woman is first you can't really tell, you don't know whether she's a local or a foreigner, but I believe she is a foreigner. And then of the way of what she's wearing, and so this is this question of this. When this woman is turned around, I'm actually not sure whether it's looking at me or other people. But it's that mysterious thing that's happening in this image of this woman who's turning around. And you get a lot with this kind of people as well, whether they're foreigners, they are also, whether they are a tourist or whether they are actually asking for images and stuff like this. So it can be different kind of connotation in this. This one, you guys all know. Because you're familiar with this, it's no big deal. But if you're not familiar with this place and you see this image, then it's like, what's going on here? So I like that kind of image when you ask, what's going on here? So you have this, right? But because what's, for me, what's interesting is that if you are familiar with this, you don't see anything unusual. But if you're not familiar, then you're wondering, oh, this is really strange, all this smoke happening here. But these guys, it's like there's nothing going on. Like, they're just walking, they're not intrigued by this strange phenomenon, as if you will. So that's what I like, that contrast about this. So that's it. I may not have many, but this one picture, if I were to select in my images that I shot, this is my favorite, the one that I like best. It's this one here. And everything you see here are reflections. They're all reflections. So you've got your. Personally, I usually don't like to take pictures of other photographers when I go out. That's not my thing. But I had this. So there's so many stories that you can decipher in these images. One of them is you have these two photographers, and photographers are hunters, right? They hunt for images, and you have your prey. Right, that's what you're looking for. But of course, if you just look at the individual sections, there are stories. So there are many you can integrate many stories. But what I like is that, like I said, they're all reflections. Everything here is a reflection, and it's a different angles that's happening is giving you different points of view, different perspectives.
Bahasa Inggeris.
Betul. Yeah, I took a few shots. I waited also. I saw this couple also walking, and she's actually looking at me, but she's not looking at me because what she's seeing is the back of me shooting into the glass. That's what she's seeing, What? Yeah, exactly. So
Dari sini.
very intense look. This hunter right here is looking for his prey. Okay, so that's all I want to share. But I just want to, we have a bit more, just a few more minutes. I just want to show some older images that I've taken just to share about started thinking about, continue to think about storytelling. I just want to stress that in this what do you call it? What you call genre, street storytelling. It's actually not necessary to shoot, technically perfect images, as we all know. It's more what is the meaning, the story, the concept behind it. Let me show you this one here. So the only thing that I don't like about this image is that writing at the back is not related in any way to the scene, right? So it's kind of random writing at the back. But when you look at this picture, the first thing you will see is this woman, right, in the middle. Whenever you analyze what's going on here, obviously then you can see, alright, you've got two youngish people, and they're both on their gadgets, and we've got the old
established
old school newspaper, right? So you see that contrast. So this is where the storytelling comes in. Okay. And these two have also got this stuff, and this man is old school guy. So I like that kind of thing.
I would argue that the text lines up with the guy perfectly.
Original Swiss Army knife.
Old school.
Okay.
So that method of solving problems when you're like MacGyver
Yeah.
Whereas today, the technology stupefies us.
I like that. Thank you. I remember that. Yeah, it is established 1884. It's really, really old.
Ya, betul. Established tu.
It works for me. This one is inside the British Museum. And this is the bust of Hercules. And it's so obvious, right? You see this, it's kind of obvious. This young guy sitting in this room filled with knowledge, and he's busy on his little gadget, right? And Hercules is looking at him. Hello, you're surrounded by books, guy. You know. So I like that kind of thing. Again, it's luck. Being there at the right moment at the right time. I just entered this room actually, and I turned and I saw this. And I took maybe two or three shots of this guy.
Is it shoot by handphone or?
No, it's camera.
Camera?
You can shoot in the music galleries. It's in London.
It's interesting too, the power of the library of information in the online.
Yeah, exactly. So this boy is saying, I don't need all this rubbish. I've got it all here. Yeah.
Kat mana ni bang? Bang, kat mana?
London.
London, British Museum. And this one is it's quite a boring picture, but again, if you guys know London, in the center of London is just Leicester Square. So London is very much in preserving old buildings. So when I was there, these pictures were taken in September last year. So I studied in London many years ago, so I was familiar with the city. So suddenly I said, wow, this modern thing happening, right? It's a surprise, because usually unlike KL, they always like to preserve the old buildings. KL, we just destroy old buildings and build new ones. So I was surprised when in the center of London they actually built something new actually, right? So there's a contrast of these two architecture, kind of architecture. You can decipher it however way you want. You can say, some people say, oh, this is beautiful. Because this at night, it lights up. Also kind of funny lights. You can see, oh, this is nice, nice contrast with modern and everything. But if you don't like this, you can see this is ugly, how dare you destroy our beautiful classical architecture of London. So many ways of deciphering that. This one, I couldn't believe it. Was so lucky that
Five Guys.
Yeah, I was just standing there walking around, and I turned and I saw five guys playing cards outside. Five Guys. It's like wow. So again, a bit of being at the right place at the right time.
They're going to open one here.
They have.
Is it open?
Five Guys in Pavilion. Yeah, they already have. So when I was there in September last year, the 2 days before I came back to Malaysia, the Queen passed away. So I was there during the time the Queen passed. So she passed away on a Thursday evening. So I had Friday and then I was leaving back on Saturday. So when I heard that the Queen passed away on Thursday, so I told myself, okay, on Friday morning, I'm going to go to Buckingham Palace and just document what was going on in that thing. So I took a lot of shots, but I just want to share a couple of one with you here.
Wow.
So we had this lady just pushing this bike and this sign and everything. And I like the fact that these guys are looking at that sign. So the place was very crowded, but it was very controlled. There were police and everything. But people were just there with flowers just to place it on top of the Buckingham Palace, the gates. Very well, but the mood was very somber. Yeah, very somber. So to me, I find that interesting, a documentation of that moment. So I was there all day taking pictures of this as well as other things. And then I was really tired. I went back to my apartment about, I think, 5 o'clock, 6 p.m. In my head, okay, I'm tired, I want to just relax, chill, pack my bags, because the next morning I was leaving. I go home, I switch on the TV, and I saw the news. And they showed this in Trafalgar Square in London, all these big LED signs of the Queen, right, all the way. So, oh no, God, I have to shoot this. I'm so I need to document it. I want to document all this. So I went out again after I rested. I went out again and I shot, and I took many shots.
Oh, is that?
But yeah, this is one of my favorites because of this couple, obviously. So I don't know if you guys are aware, the royalty in England, you have two schools, some of the younger people are not, there's a lack of respect for the royal family, but the older generation have. So I fall under this because my father was in the army, and when he was in the 1950s, he was sent to England, to Sandhurst. A lot of the Malaysian soldiers were sent to England. So this English thing in my family was there, this connection with English. So, so I can sort of sympathize with this kind of scene. But it was interesting because a lot of people they were just looking at the signs. It's just and this is not moving, This is not a moving sign. It's just fixed and just there. And just few people looking at it. It's like, so I thought that was a very powerful kind of imagery type.
Is it a poster or a screen?
It's a LED screen.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a screen. So I took many shots of that.
So the layering of black and white monochrome and then the color around it.
So that's, and then I just want to share a little bit from Japan. I was in Japan in May. Japan, the first thing that I got I've been there before, but the first thing I got culture shock was cyclists. They have so many bicycles, and they cycle along the pavements, with the pedestrian. That was to me the kind of, yeah, I just like, anybody here? Tokyo?
Nope.
Yeah.
Lots of cyclists there.
Yeah, they're like everywhere, and it's like, sometimes when I cross, I just don't know where they're coming from, so I got a bit of a shock there. So anyway, this one image for me, it just kind of represents that thing, because actually they're going along the pedestrian walking, kind of thing, and it's kind of mysterious thing. I like also shadows, cycles. So trying to document it, and that's a story that I can capture. And also before I went to Tokyo, I did, as usual, I always do a lot of research. And Tokyo is the most populated city in the world compared to the area. So they have the most people in that space. So with that in mind, one of the days that I was there, so I can go down and shoot the busyness, capture the busyness of the city. So I went down to the train stations and I use all these slow shutter speeds. My go-to slow shutter is 1/4 of a second. And I have to capture this. A lot of the times, and I wasn't actually being a nuisance taking pictures, I was actually standing against pillars. These people are walking towards me, I'm just standing against a pillar and just shooting. So I'm not in their way. Here I'm just standing at the side here, there's nothing moving here. Against the wall actually, shooting this gateway. So this is another thing I want to bring up to you guys. Actually, try to do a series of images to tell one story. Try to do little projects. From now on, just think of little projects like what Safwan has done. Little projects of something that you feel strongly about, or something that you like. It can be anything, and try to shoot things to portray that storytelling.
This is the handheld or?
All handheld, exactly. You cannot bring a tripod. You cannot bring a tripod. So I use actually XT3. I only have one camera. So 1/4, and that's what I like about mirrorless cameras is it depends on the individual as well as the camera. Some people their hands can be very steady. Some people will be shaky. So, but for me, why I like 1/4 of a second is because it gives me just a nice amount of blurriness. If I use 1/8 a bit faster, then you don't see through the blurriness. If I use 1/2, then you see too much blur. That's what I find for me personally. So
How did you miss stabilization?
the XT4 is
XT4, yes.
No, mine is XT3, so I don't have. It's not in body. It's the lens.
Optical image stabilizer.
Yeah. So it's not built in the body.
Bang, how do you hold the camera when you're using 1/4?
How do I hold?
Yeah.
Biasa like
Tak shaky ya?
tak.
1/4.
That's why.
Optical image stabilizer.
Tapi dia ada image stabilization.
But all lenses have
OIS.
The dual XT4, XT5.
Yes,
it's in the body, right? It's built in the body. It's built in the
Sorry,
body.
all the way.
This is so good. I can do 2 to 4 seconds handheld.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah, solid everything.
No matter how slow. It's wild.
Itulah, kena try lah pula main solution.
One phone.
Okay. So this one here, this is this famous in Shinjuku, right? So actually it's a small little alley full of these lights and stuff where a lot of restaurants, small restaurants and cafes, very popular food. Of all the places that I've been in Tokyo and in Osaka, this was the place where had the most photographers, street photographers, other people taking pictures. So it shows you how popular this place was. And also, it's become so commercialized that a lot of these restaurants, we have signs to say no photography. I think they're all sick of tourists taking pictures.
What's so interesting, you have the people on the left, the mirror there, there's so much depth.
Yeah, that's why it's that you need to understand, unless you've been there, you understand how small this place is, and the fact that the actual restaurant themselves are so packed. So I captured this scene to show both sides, and also the fact that this place is predominantly or originally meant for people after work, the locals after work, so they have to go there for drinks and to eat dinner. That's what
Shinjuku tu cikgu ada
Shinjuku.
bukan
Famous,
sampai.
very famous place.
Saya
And
tak
I
pernah
almost missed it. I researched and I said I want to have to shoot here. I forgot about it, but the last night I was there, I had to meet. I was there with my family, right? But actually I split. I would go on my own. My wife and my daughters would go on their own. And I remember I had the room key card with me, and one of them they wanted to go home. So I said, oh, I had to meet you somewhere. So I had to go and meet those men. Thinking my people that I walk towards to see them in the car. As I walk, I pass by this place. Oh, this is the place. I was so happy. Before that, I was cursing. Oh no, why do I have to go there? Why can't we come here? It's so far. So I'm so glad.
How's the communication?
With the locals,
Yeah.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
English.
It's pretty good, yeah. Not everybody speaks English, but if you go to the shops, a lot of them do. I mean, the reason I was in Shinjuku is because they have a lot of record shops. I'm a vinyl records. Tons of shops. And they all speak English. And also in the trains, surprisingly, when I mentioned to some people who have been there before, now on the trains, the announcements on the trains are in English, Japanese and English. So it's pretty good. Okay, yeah, so kind of thing, the other thing, this is back to Malaysia, about layering. So we mentioned that before about layering. We have looking at things and deciphering, about what's going on. So you have this guy, this family, this person closer to you. So this kind of things you'll be looking out for in terms of storytelling. Just last couple of pictures. This one, there's this thing called train to Dabo. Anybody has been on this train apart from Haris? Alright, so I was actually with Haris on this train and another guy.
Train to?
Dabo. Dabo is in Kelantan.
Okay.
Kelantan.
You need to take from Gemas, right? Is that
Yes.
the one?
So if you're traveling from KL, you take from KL Central.
To Gemas first.
Yes, you go south, about 2 hours.
Then
south to
only
Kemas.
all the way back to
Yeah.
East Coast. Yeah,
So
yeah.
the whole-
I've heard of it, but I wanted to do, but not yet.
It's a very, if you love trains, especially old trains, it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's very popular as well with the locals. So the whole journey is 12 hours. For you to drive from KL to Dabo, it's about 4 hours for you to drive. Anyway, it's just experiencing the train. It's an old train. It's in the overnight sleeper. You sleep in the beds and stuff like that. But to get this kind of shot, obviously I'm not, and this is not the front of the train, people crossing the train. It's in the back window. So these people, they know that the trains pass by a certain time. They're very infrequent on the trains are. So after the trains has passed, then people start crossing over. And you can see that actually on this side, somewhere here is a market. Morning market. So you can see this guy, he's bought his stuff, and these people are just going to go and buy the stuff. So I like this kind of storytelling as well, of people crossing the tracks, which is not a safe thing to do if you don't know what's going on here. But the fact is actually they're going to buy stuff. And the last, sorry? No, I wouldn't say slow, but I think it's slowed down during this area. But not very, very slow.
Betul.
Yeah.
Sebab dia memang area orang pulang jalan-jalan kan. Jadi dia sebab tu dia slow. A bit slow lah. A bit slow pace lah. Around 40 km.
Ever get people on top?
No, not in this
Not
one.
Indian.
Not in India.
Not from India.
I want to take this ride.
But this from the, not from the front, this from the back. Not from the top also.
Nice. Set.
So Little Dabong itself is a little town, little kampung, little village like you will have a town. What it is famous for is
Hiking, right?
Extreme, hiking,
Stop. Gunung stop.
Gunung.
rafting, water
Stop.
rafting in the rivers, all these kind of activities it was famous for. But what we did was when we went there, we had someone meet us there who is like a guide that we brought us from. So we took a 4-wheel drive and we drove deep into the rural areas, really very deep. And so this is just last picture I want to share with you. It's kind of thing that you obviously can get. So we have children playing,
Dia macam nak tanduk
we have a house.
Bisa lah nak gambar pandang. Dia bukan
So a lot of stories like
Farming shirt.
Filem bunuh sahab tu lah.
Oh, this is also from the Dabo. Did you take it from the train? No, right?
No. This is, we already arrived in Dabo, we
Uh-huh.
took a car, we drove deeper inside the
Di
kampung.
dalam.
Yes.
Well, East Coast is always fantastic place. Proud of East Coast people. I'm from East Coast. Yeah, we are from East Coast.
She's from Terengganu.
Kota Baru.
East Coast, you have a lot of things to do, but don't count.
Dari kopi, Kelantan nasi dagang. Makan
That's the thing in Malaysia, like east, west, where
No, that's not average. But we only fight over food. So I will always say that Kelantan nasi dagang is never nice. So when they serve Kelantan nasi dagang, I say ini Kelantan punya. Tak sedap.
Okay guys, so that's the end of it. Okay.